I've stumbled upon something absolutely insane. It's so insane, I forget how I even found this tweet. It's from May 16th. It has over 200,000 likes, over 18,000 retweets. It is blatantly blasting anime and specifically JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And there's a lot to talk about this. I'll see you in just a moment. Welcome back. Before we take a look at the main tweet in question here, I want to take a look at a different tweet from the same person. This is from May 10th. Take a look at this. It says, I don't think anime is bad. I myself enjoyed it when I was an 11-year-old child. What I'm getting at is this person doesn't seem to like anime, and they made this tweet on May 10th. It didn't really take off. Then they made a different tweet bashing anime. A little bit more effort put into it. That one takes off. I have a feeling that the tweet that they made that took off that we're about to go over is fake news. In my opinion, the story that they posted never happened. Let's take a look at that one. 203,000 likes, 18,600 retweets. The tweet reads, my college was known for having a great Japanese studies program. In 1 year, they hired a very good anthropologist who specialized in Japanese culture to teach in the department, but she quit after a year because she found the weebs too infuriating to try to teach. Imagine giving up a tenure track position at a college because the anime kids were so annoying. Imagine spending years getting a PhD, studying the nuances and intricacies of a culture you hold deep respect for, and having all your students turn in papers about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I do not think this post is as interesting as everyone else does, apparently. If you're reading this now, capitalism is evil. Join/start a union. Let's leave it at that for a very brief second. We'll go back to that tweet. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about there. Want to get some more history with this guy. So he had also made this tweet back on April 27th. Says, I remember this guy who didn't drink in college and would just show up at parties with a box of ice-cold Capri Suns. That guy was living in the year 3009 instead of 2009. There's also this one from April 20th, 420. Says, I don't enjoy herbal things anymore, but on 420 in 2008, when I was a freshman in college, we woke up at 4:20 a.m. and we enjoyed those herbal things, and then I went back to bed and slept through all my classes, including a major exam. I lied. What if this story is a lie? What if you lie a whole bunch? He says, I lied and said I got despite that season being over. The professor was such a dork that he believed me. Now let's go back to this tweet with over 200,000 likes. You can see this guy has a history of disliking anime, has a history of, in my opinion, fabricating stories on Twitter about college, and I think this was just the latest one. This was the latest one. Decided to combine his little college stories with his hate for anime, and this was the result. This tweet where he makes up a story about his college, having this teacher that ends up leaving because she can't stand the weebs, and she can't stand the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff. I don't believe this for a second. And you know what's really pathetic? You see this kind of thing on Twitter all the time. Maybe I'm wrong. To be fair, maybe this really did happen. I just have a hunch it didn't. Because as I'm saying, you see this all the time on Twitter. People will make up a fake story to try to get attention because they're boring people who don't have anything to bring to the table. They aren't entertaining enough to just be honest and provide content. So they lie and make up fake stories. It's really sad. It's very pathetic. It's even worse if you make a story up that's a lie that also bashes a group of people. Like, it'd be one thing and it would be lame enough if someone made up a story, but it was at least just like a funny joke story that would make people laugh. At least they had good intentions with that. This guy's like blasting a whole group of people that I really like. Weebs are awesome. They're some of the nicest, awesomest people out there. On the topic of being awesome or not awesome, well, you might find this kind of funny. Going back to this tweet, he said that he was in college as a freshman in 2008. If that's true, this dude's like 30 years old or so, crying about anime. What a loser, man. Come on, dude. You got nothing better to do than write some long Twitter thread crying about anime and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Great life. And then, of course, riding on the coattails of fake news, you have other people trying to come with their hot takes as well. This dude gets over 100 retweets, over 7,700 likes on something that I'm again going to say, in my opinion, is fake news. A pure lie, fabrication. This weirdo says, in high school, I had a Japanese friend who invited me to come to a traditional tea ceremony with him at the local community college. And we got there, and it was like me, him, and then 500 weebs in Naruto shirts. It was uncomfy. I don't believe that for a second. And you could say that, yeah, they're being clearly hyperbolic, but I mean, I don't even think this happened at all, man. Like, if you're going to be hyperbolic, at least have a semblance of truth there. I don't even think, I mean, you know what? I'm going to say this. It's not even hyperbolic because I don't think this even happened to begin with. I think it's just fabricated. Look at this one, 311 likes. I'm half Japanese and about to finish my BA in Japanese, but so much of the lower division classes are filled with weebs. My professors and I vented about them during office hours. I've also worked anime conventions and have a bunch of weeb stories. And not to mention being stalked or harassed by weebs when out and about speaking with my mom in Japanese. Bruh, you work at anime conventions. You are getting a BA in Japanese, apparently, assuming this isn't fake news too. You are a weeb. You're in denial. Dude, people on Twitter are so weird. At least we can laugh at them. Like, imagine getting a BA in Japanese, working at anime conventions, speaking Japanese out in public, and then being like, weebs are bad. What? Oh my God, Twitter. This reminds me of this wonderful Japanese market near where I live that you can occasionally find kids dressed in My Hero Academia cosplay, screaming and running around. The secondhand embarrassment is just too much. Yeah, I'm glad you're embarrassed for people who have way more confidence than you. If that's really true, if that's a true story, and these kids are cosplaying and running around and being happy, enjoying it, I am very glad that they have so much more confidence than you do. You're getting embarrassed just thinking about this story, just being near them, and they're having a good time. Sounds like you're the pathetic one to me. By the way, remember the dude who made the tweet with like 200k likes? We took a look at another tweet that he had made where he was implying that only kids like anime. And then you see this other tweet that we just read where they're also implying it's like kids that enjoy anime. These are grown adults who are apparently getting so bent out of shape over who they presume to be our children, kids. I can't get over how pathetic these people are. I know I'm saying a lot this video. It's pathetic. I think you all agree with me though. These are grown adults crying about anime and people that they presume to be kids having a good time. I mean, seriously, imagine being a grown adult doing that. You have to be a complete loser. Let's talk about this irony for a second, too. The dude ended his tweet, if you recall, with this. I do not think this post is as interesting as everyone else does, apparently. If you're reading this now, capitalism is evil. Join/start a union. You see this sometimes on Twitter, too. And this makes me cringe to the extreme. People complaining about capitalism on Twitter, a public company with a market cap in the billions. A company that's formed basically from capitalism and is only able to survive because of capitalism. And that's the platform that you're crying about capitalism on? You idiot! You don't even know what you're talking about. And let me just say, I'm not saying capitalism is perfect, but I am saying a lot of the people who complain about it are hypocrites and complete morons. By the way, very interesting how this dude already has an alt account prepared and protected. This is the perfect tweet to showcase right now. This dude tells his story very opposite to the other guy's story, and this guy actually provides some evidence with it as well. He says, I teach writing and game design at a Thai university. My students and other professors got me to cosplay for a game jam. One of the students got a nosebleed from the 2B cosplay. It's not hard to tie modern, globally popular entertainment into classes. It's okay to like Asian things. And take a look at that cosplay pic. That's awesome. Apparently one of those is the professor. Dude, see, you know what? That's great. Nice, heartwarming story. Actually provides evidence of it too. And now I'll give you a little anecdotal story. I took Japanese 1, and there was a good amount of weebs in that class. This was like 2 years ago. And the professor didn't mind the weebs at all. Of course, like I said, this is anecdotal, so make of it what you will. But there was a lot of weebs in the class. Professor didn't mind it at all. And not just that, she did something really cool. She had us write letters that we ended up sending to a university in Japan, or college university. I forget exactly what it was. We wrote these letters and sent it to some type of college in Japan. And then they responded to it and sent letters back to us. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that actually happens. This dude's story with over 200,000 likes and whatever, I mean, seems so unlikely. And it just goes to show, getting that many likes and retweets on a tweet that just hates on the anime, it goes to show how many people on Twitter also hate anime. And I have a feeling some of those people that like that tweet and hate anime are the same types of people that pretend like they're getting into anime right now. You know the kind of people I'm talking about. The type that clearly don't actually like anime. They're only trying to pretend like they do because they want to turn the anime industry into the next thing because they've destroyed the things that they liked before. I know I'm phrasing that weird, but for example, people that liked comics and ended up destroying that because of the agendas they pushed into that. They destroyed that industry. Then they move on to the next. As we've seen, these people are trying to move into the anime and manga industry next. They want to ruin that too. They hate anime. Not going to be so easy for them, though. Anyways, I'm going to start wrapping this segment up. It's coming out a bit later in the day than I wanted it to, so here is where we will call it. But I'll leave you with this. Those of you who have been in the anime scene for a while will remember a while back when there used to be that whole like cringy weeb hot topic culture stuff, and when anime was way less popular, and you would pretty much always get bullied for liking anime. You know, it was not popular at all. Well, I'm kind of missing those days now. Never thought I'd say it. But you start seeing how anime gets more popular, and you get weirdos like these grown adults who are just hating on it, and it kind of makes you miss when it was a bit more low-key. I don't know, man. I don't even know what's going on anymore. But at least for the most part, the industry is still doing good, and we can laugh at this stuff. Thank you for tuning into this video. I want to give a thanks to Mr. Anime343, Pot on the Brain, Go to Midoriya X, Shon M, Bunny Knight Scarlet, Gravin L, Baka Girl, DXDKJ, Shogun, KJC, Phantom R, Chiquina, the Ice Cream is Just an Illusion, Fidel M, Dinosaur King, Lancaster Kid, Mia R, and my boy Memory. Hey man, thank you for that. Thank you all for the promos. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. We'll leave it here. I'll see you soon. Take care.